Hi, my name is Abhishek. I'm the head of operations at Clerk-Tech. I have more than 14 years of experience in the outsourcing industry. I have helped companies hire VAs in sales, marketing, accounting, customer support, digital marketing, anything that can be done remotely. You can hire a dedicated VA to do that job for as less as $5 per hour. Why hire a VA through us? Efficiency, cost effective, and they work in your time zone. Today I'm going to be talking about how do you generate B2B leads in Canada through cold calling. I know we all hate cold calling. Cold calling is one of the only ways that irritates everybody, the caller, the receiver, and everybody around. It is a little boring process. It is a process where you get more rejections. It is one of the only lead gen processes where you consistently face criticism or maybe rejection on your face directly on the call, maybe some harsh words. It is a tough job to do, but a lot of people are able to do that successfully. Today, I will talk about how cold calling helps, how you generate leads through cold calls, and how you close a sale through cold calls. The first step is always getting the number from a good source. Don't generate numbers directly online or buy a big list and then start calling everybody without even knowing anything about them. It doesn't work anymore. Maybe works for smaller products or services which are less than $100, but anything that costs more than $100 or maybe $1,000, it definitely doesn't work. You have to have a proper source for that number so that you can make that call and make a connection. Some good sources of getting phone numbers are maybe networking events that you go to. You meet hundreds of people. Most networking event organizers share a list of all the people that have attended. You will probably get their email ID, phone number in that. All you can do is use that list to call them or email them. Now what helps is they've met you at the event. Maybe you got a chance to pitch about your service on stage. They've heard you. At the end of the day, what matters to anybody who gets a call from somebody is if they know that person or not. And if you can kind of create that connection during that meeting or maybe just create an impression on stage, you will be able to call anybody in that meeting and make a connection immediately when you're talking to them. So it's very important that you have a good source. It doesn't have to be just through networking events. It could also be through your LinkedIn list. If you know somebody on LinkedIn, if you've made a connection, you've been chatting with them, all you can do is use some platforms like Contact Out or maybe Lucia and just use the name of the person and find their contact information. That way you can call them, you can tell them we are a connection on LinkedIn, or maybe somebody you've been chatting with or talking on email, or maybe a connection who you have a referral from, and then you can always go ahead and reach out to them. It's very important that you have a proper source, and that is something I would highly recommend before you start your cold calling journey. Before you make your first call, make sure you learn something about the person. I know people will tell you you have to make 100 calls a day, 150 calls a day to generate leads. Trust me, you could make 20 calls and generate 10 leads from them as long as you know enough about the people that you're going to call. Always learn a little bit about the person that you're going to call. Maybe see if there are any shared interests. I have said this before during the LinkedIn outreach as well. You need to learn something about a person before giving them your first message or call, because then you spark an interest, you build connection. You start off with a common topic that interests them, and that's when you get the conversation going. So it's very important that you learn something about the person. Don't just randomly call 100, 150, 200. Some people boast about calling 300 people a day. Sure, I know that this is not possible if you are trying to make a quality conversation. And remember, cold calling is about quality conversations, not about quantity. The third step is make the call. Call and greet them. Don't start selling immediately. Don't say the first line or the second line or the third line for that matter, which is anything about your service or the product or anything about selling. Always show interest in what they are doing. Probably talk to them about what they've been working on, how their day was, or maybe something that you've learned while your research. Talk to them about that. They will be interested, especially if there's some good news that they had shared on LinkedIn or on their website. You can immediately talk to them about that. Maybe they've gotten a reward or an award somewhere at a conference. You can talk to them about that. Trust me, they will be more than happy to talk to you if you talk to them about something that interests them or something that they are proud of. The fourth step would be book a meeting. Now you will say that I'm already calling them, I can talk about whatever I want in this call. During a cold call, you are calling them at a time that they are not prepared to get your call. So they are not prepared to hearing what you are selling, or probably just don't want to have a conversation with you at all, or they have another meeting or some work that they're working on, they definitely don't want to have a sales call there. And if you try to sell on the cold call, you will most probably get rejection. Don't sell, just ask them for their availability for a good time to chat with them later. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Keep your calendar open in front of you and always ask for their availability. Don't try to start the conversation or probably end the conversation by saying something about your service. Maybe you can give a one-liner about your service or your product, but that's it. Again, don't make it salesy at all. The fifth step will be you book that call when they let you know that they are available. Maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Whenever they are available, keep your calendar open in front of you and book a call. As soon as you book a call, they should get an email confirmation immediately. Always confirm whether they have received the email link or the call link or the Zoom link or Teams link, whatever you use. Make sure that they have received that. Make sure that they have received a calendar invite. Only then disconnect the call. There'll be a good chance that that calendar invite will go to the spam folder, and when the actual day of the call will come, they will not even realize that the call is there. So always confirm with them. If it goes to their spam folder, please ask them to unspam it immediately so that they see the call and they get regular reminders before the call. But it is very important that you book the call on the phone and make sure that you send some email information immediately after you book the call so that they have some context about what you're going to talk about. Now at this stage, they will be ready to talk to you about your product, about your service, because you've made a connection. You've respected their time. You have made sure that you are available at a time when they are available to talk to you. And when they come there, they will be prepared to listen to whatever you have to sell. They may ask you to reschedule if something happens in the midst of the days when you are actually booking the call to the day when the call is. So always accommodate rescheduling. Always again take confirmation when you've rescheduled the call. But at the end of the day, when you do have the call, if you've booked it for 15 minutes, you will have those full 15 minutes. You will have that person's full attention, maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour, whatever your pattern is. Make sure that you block their calendar and you will have their full attention. That's when you start your sales journey. That's when you try to close the sale, try to sell your service, try to sell your product. My name is Abhishek. I'm the head of operations at Clerk-Tech. We help our clients hire virtual assistants at 1/4 of the cost of hiring an employee in North America. A virtual assistant can do all of these things for you, from the point of sourcing the lead, to calling, to making a connection, booking a call with you. They will come to the point where they start the process of sourcing, to the point where they schedule a meeting with you. If they've reached out to 100 people and they've booked 5 appointments for you, that's a very good number, because now you just have to speak to 5 people and most probably they are interested in your service. Thank you so much. If you would like to see more such informational videos, please like, subscribe and click on the bell icon. If you would like to hire a virtual assistant through us, please go to our website clerk-tech.com.